Okay, this is sort of a reply to this man's child support video. I totally understand what he's saying. Overall, he is correct. And I've said this for years upon years upon years. If you're born with a dick between your legs, you're fucked. Your life is ruined. It's over with. You don't have no rights. You're nobody. Okay? Though, however, if you're born with a vagina between your legs, your life will be handed to you on a silver platter. And I know I make people mad when I say that because it's the fucking truth and they can't stand hearing the truth. The truth might hurt their butthole. Anyhow, enough of that. Child support. I only agree with child support to the extent within reason, that's right, within reason, that it took two people to play. Guys, if you took your dick out of your pants and you stuck it in her hole and made her pregnant, okay? Child, did not ask to be brought into this world. And unfortunately, it still costs money to buy the children's clothes. It costs money for food, to feed them every day. It costs money to keep a roof over the child's head. A lot of states have laws that says, okay, I'm going to give you an example for you people out there. If you have a girl or a boy, and you go rent a place, depending on what state you're in, a lot of states have this law that says, because you have a girl and a boy, you cannot put them in the same bedroom, which means, and your parent can't sleep in the bedroom with the children either. So they tell you if you got a girl and a boy that you have to rent a 3-bedroom place. Because the boy has to have his bedroom, the girl has to have hers, the parent's going to have hers. And I'll say hers because he's correct. The majority of men will not have their children through divorce and child support. Everything he pretty much said is correct, with the exception of when he said, let me first explain this. In his video, I'll leave the link underneath the more. He talked about everywhere you go all over the United States, they track you. They track you. They track you. Well, yeah, that is true, and it's true for this reason. Child support is mandated by the U.S. government. The Pentagon, the White House, the U.S. criminals. This is where child support is mandated at. It applies to all states of the United States. Okay? So this is the reason he says don't matter where you go, they'll follow you all over. Okay? Garnishment of wages. Yes, they can do that. Sometimes they have trouble finding you. The only people I know that try to get out from under child support and run, it don't work. But you can run. It's like, okay. See, I'm the unusual case. I'm the opposite end of this. I'm on opposite end of the spectrum because I have my child. She is to pay me. And I did not ask for the child support. The courts made it mandatory. There's only one way to get out of child support, guys. It takes both people agreeing to have no child support at the very beginning of the divorce and in the courtroom in front of the judge with the divorce. Both parties had to totally agree that there's going to be no child support. What's the chances of that happening? Not, just not, right? Maybe one in 100,000 people might decide, no, she makes enough income, he makes enough income, we don't give a fucking blah, 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 whatever. But most of the time, that's not going to happen. No, commonly won't happen. But that's the only way. It has to happen during the divorce in the courtroom. And if it does happen, this is what you're going to be told. Okay? So just for your own knowledge, and if you don't believe me, you can go talk to a child support attorney, and you'll find out that I know what I'm talking about. Okay? This is sort of how that works, guys. Okay? If she and you agree to no child support on your child or children, okay, as you're going through the divorce and you're in the courtroom, the judge is going to try to implement child support regardless. You're both going to have to decline it. Both of you. If you both decline it to the judge, then he has no choice but to go with what you both decline. At which time, he's going to tell you how the federal law from the United States government, Washington, D.C., works. This is how it works, okay? So now you've both declined child support. You don't have child support. She's got the kids or he's got the kid. Don't matter which one's got the kid, right? Okay? So this is what's going to happen later on. Your government outsourced your jobs. Damn, we looked around as that's happened, hasn't it? That's right. Lots of people got laid off. Economy's bad. Yep, that's happened, hasn't it? Yeah. And so you fall on hard times, right? And you might need a little assistance. So you went down and you applied for food stamps for you and your children. You qualified for food stamps, no problem. You needed some money assistance because you're not working. You got your children. So you got your children with you, so you apply for money assistance and you apply for, medical. And then they come back and tell you, no, your children don't qualify for medical through the government, nor do they qualify for money assistance. We'll give you food stamps you can eat, and you can live in the cardboard box on the street. Because we, the government, don't give a fuck about your children because you declined child support. Their excuse will be that you need to. Child support is used to pay the government back for all the people who lived on welfare, for the people who bleed the system. So, just so you understand, that's how that works, okay? Don't believe me? Go talk to an attorney. You'll find out I'm telling you the truth. I know this, okay? I found out myself a long time ago, and this is why I know that. But anyhow, I wanted to throw that out there so you know. Now, I do agree with child support only within reason. Okay, within reason. For the reason it took two to play. She didn't get pregnant by herself, okay? You couldn't keep your dick in his pants, so, I have to say to you this way. You knew the chance, pulling your cock out of your pants and sticking it in a hole in today's society is like going to Vegas. You're gambling with your money. You're gambling with your wallet. You're gambling with your life for the next 18 years. Plus, if you keep pulling that dick out of his pants. Every time you pull your dick out of your pants with a female, you just went to Vegas, man. Okay? And, many people lose a lot of money in Vegas every year. Okay? I hate to say it to you that way, but that's really what's going on here. So, I hate to say it, but it is true. The majority of everything else he said is true. Okay? You're not going to run from child support once you got it on your ass. Okay? Ain't going to do you any good. They're going to take your driving privileges out from underneath you. Yeah, they will. They'll revoke your driving privileges, and it won't matter what state you're in. So then you won't have a license. You'll have lost a privilege that you still, now if we went with what Peter and I talk about on the show, then you could still drive without a license because you don't need one because that's, that's a whole nother video, okay? Okay, but they're going to revoke your driver's license so that you can't drive. Automatic. Child support will do this. Government. The government, see. Told you, the government's in control of this. They will come after and garnish your check. They will lock you in jail. They will issue a warrant for your arrest, and they will put you behind bars. They won't keep you there. But they'll put you there. Okay? And you better be careful about what state that's in. Because you're like in the state of Iowa, When they put you behind bars, answer $5 or $10 a day is charged to you for being there. That's right, you're charged money every day for being there. Now, can you imagine getting picked up on child support, being unemployed, if you were held for 30 days, you know, at $5 or $10 a day? You get out and you got that bill sitting there, and then they tell you if you don't pay that bill to them, they'll lock you back up. And of course, they're going to charge you $5 or $10 a day. Talk about money laundering. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing money laundering. That's because we didn't stand up for ourselves. Now, you want to know why men don't have no rights? Do you? You want to know the real reason men have no rights? Because he's correct when he says men don't have no rights. None at all. And the reason men don't have no rights, and none at all, which is fact, truthful truth, is because of vaginas. Yeah, you know, manginas. I call them nudginas because there's nothing manly about their behavior. You know, they're the bad apple. They'll rot it inside the bag and cause the rest of the crop to rot. Yeah. Because you lost your balls long ago. You don't know what a man is. You never have been a man. You never will be a man. You'll always be a girl in a guy's body. Always. Because, see, a mangina, is not a man. They're just simply a girl in a guy's body. That's all. They're not no man. They don't even know what a man is. They don't know the definition of man. And because those men fail to stand as one and say no and refuse to cooperate. You know, I have to agree with Peter. You know, if a woman's being raped and beat the fuck out of a pummelaged in the middle of the street and I'm walking down the street, I'll wave at her as I walk by. I won't go to rescue her. No. There is no rescuing women anymore. I'll tell you why. Because, see, women need a man like the fish rides a bicycle. That's right. Remember, ladies? Remember all your quotes? Remember how you don't need men no more? How free and independent you are? Okay? And then there's the homeless guy in New York that went out of his way to rescue that woman that was being mugged. The mugger stabbed the homeless guy, and the woman left him there to die. He saved her fucking ass, and she left him there to die and didn't even have the courtesy to call an ambulance for him. No, there is no helping women. If a guy is attacking a female, go on your own way and ignore it. She don't need protection from another man because, remember, women need men like a fish needs a bicycle. You better remember there's a whole bunch of women that are very sexist, because the one thing I do know for a fact is when it comes to genders being sexist, 90% of the female population is very, very, very sexist against their opposite gender. Shows how fucking stupid they are. Shows how the brainwashing really worked. And then we've got probably 70% of the male population that are becoming vaginas. They're not men. They're women in a guy's body. And they're sexist against their own gender. And they believe that they should be a slave and they should have absolutely no rights. And they're fine with bending over and sucking bubbles, you know what. They're fine with bending over and sticking their tongue inside a sewer. Because they're not men. They're vaginas. Anyhow, that's what I had to say.